Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is the Crypto Analyst and welcome back to another cryptocurrency video. And today I need to explain how Bitcoin is secretly bullish. Now, there's a million reasons why Bitcoin could be bullish at this level, but this is one of the ones that I feel like no one's talking about, especially not on YouTube right now, and it needs to be brought to the spotlight. So if you want to learn why I am very bullish on Bitcoin, in fact, I actually just bought more last night. But if you want to learn more as to why, stick around for this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and dive on into this. Now, first things first, again, there's a million reasons as to why Bitcoin is bullish, and just because I say it's bullish for this reason does not mean that it's not bullish for any of the other ones. But particularly at this level, I want to break this down because right now we're on the daily chart, and I want to move us to the 4-hour chart so that we can see this just a little bit more clearly. But Bitcoin has been in this large uptrending channel, or this large parallel channel that has been just trending upwards for months now. So with Bitcoin doing this, of course, we can see the support levels on the bottom where Bitcoin has just been routinely bouncing off of. I would say that, the first time that we actually saw this was originating back at the ending of June, and we are now seeing it at this level of support for the time being. First time we saw resistance touch was, again, the end of June, and we haven't touched it in too long, and we can actually probably just adjust this line just a little bit more to make it a little bit more accurate. But this has been a routine and methodical movement for Bitcoin where we touch resistance, come back to support, go to resistance, come to support, go to resistance, come to support, and now that we're floating around this relative area of support, in my eyes, this is one of the safest and most opportunistic ways to enter into Bitcoin, because it could easily, on a measured move, go to 56, 57,000 if it was to go and touch the top of this channel once again. So that's, I guess, why my price prediction is at $56,000, $57,000. But for the time being, the 100 EMA has still held. The 50 EMA is still held. We're above that for the time being. And I do see this as one of the best risk versus reward opportunities for Bitcoin, because in a worst case scenario, we know where support is, and we know when support breaks in this area, as I want to zoom in just a little bit more. And we also know where resistance is. So support is a whole lot closer than resistance, which is why I am more comfortable going into a long position for something like this right here, because I can say, okay, well, I know how to mitigate my risk, because, at the most, maybe let's just say my cutoff is at that 100 EMA on the 4-hour time scale. But if the potential is to resistance up at 56, 57,000, this is a potential risk versus reward, depending on where you put your stop loss, of like 3.5 to 5, with the potential gain on, anywhere from 15 to 20% or 14 to 20%. So in my eyes, I really do like this. I think that if I were to enter into this, I can maybe even add in a pretty tight stop loss, really raise the risk versus reward ratio to like an 18.5. Get into a nice little leverage long position in this area, put my stop loss in. If I get stopped off, or excuse me, if I get stopped out, I lose 0.75%, and if it goes up, then I gain roughly 14%. So that's kind of the way that I'm looking at this. Again, I really like to make my trades like-minded to scenarios like this one, because I know exactly where the support lines are. So I know if support breaks, where to exit, and I know that if things really do break out, there's a lot of potential here, because it is getting back up to these all-time highs. And again, I do think that this is just squeezing, and it's only a matter of time until that 50K area of resistance breaks. And so that's what I think the chart is simply telling us. But I am a little bit, I guess, nervous in the short term, or I was a little bit nervous in the short term, converting some altcoins into Bitcoin, but also thinking that Bitcoin just looks so bullish here. Maybe there's some altcoin charts that don't look quite as bullish as Bitcoin, but ultimately I think if Bitcoin goes up, a lot of these altcoins are going to most likely follow it. But for the time being, that's what I see in this area. And even if we zoom out on something like the 1 day, we can see this. Now, very few people are going to call this a bear flag. I do understand that it's only a matter of time until something breaks down out of a rising channel, and that could very well be possible because, again, we're testing support as we speak. But there are so many layers of support below this at like 46K, 47K, 44K. We have the 50 EMA, the 100 EMA, and the 200 EMA, all of which are on a golden cross on a daily timescale. So needless to say, I'm very comfortable that if Bitcoin pulls back, I would want to buy more at numerous different levels and kind of spread out my buys here along with some of the altcoins as well. So that is the way that I am looking at Bitcoin. Again, maybe you call this secretly bullish. I call this secretly bullish because, again, I haven't heard anyone really talk about this giant channel that has been a methodical movement for almost 2 months now for Bitcoin. And ultimately, this just kind of makes sense, saying, hey, every time that Bitcoin touches this line at its most simple terminology, every time Bitcoin gets near this line, it typically sees a pretty nice bounce. I mean, the first time that we saw this on Bitcoin, it went from support to resistance, it was 33%. The second time that we saw this, it went up, let's just say 20 to 28%. The time after this that we saw this, it went up 15%. So I really don't think that it's too crazy to say that this could happen again, and that this time we are just at such a pivotal point in Bitcoin. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button because we got a lot more content like this one coming out. If you do want to see more, turn on those notifications, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. And if you want to join the Discord, there's a link to that in the description down below as well. But everyone, I hope you did enjoy this, and I will see you all in the next video.